This podcast was recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians and pay our respect to elders past and present.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
This is my final MAFS related interview.
They're talking about me. She's like, yep. It was Australia's reaction.
It's an exclusive.
This is an exclusive.
Caused a lot of drama and it never got aired. It just went nuts.
Hello and welcome back to Reality. I'm Selina.
And I'm Tahnee.
And this week we have a very exciting guest. He knows MAFS more than anyone on this planet.
So today on the show we have Ali Daha. He is a showbiz reporter, a pap, and kind of everything. Bit of a triple threat. And he is going to come and give us all the MAFS tea, give us the insight into everything, really.
Everything, yep. Because he knows the ins and outs, who's still together, who's after the clout.
He knows everything.
He knows everything.
And what is your first time meeting Ali like? I feel like everyone has a story. Tell me about it.
I remember because we shot during COVID time and everyone was leaked, but we still had to wear our masks back then. So we'd be walking down the city on George Street and Ali would run out of whatever little nook that he was hiding in because he's good and he would be like, snap, 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 snap. And I think when you're filming MAFS, you don't really get to see what the limelight's like. But when Ali comes out of his little hole and starts snapping you, you're like, oh my God, is this what it feels like to get, some kind of attention, have media on you? I remember. So one time we were like, because Ali waits, right?
Yes.
He waits
all
downstairs.
day and night. He's down there.
He's down there. We shot, I think both of us shot at Sky Suites in the city, and he's downstairs waiting for one of us to walk out and be like, snap, snap, snap. And one time Cody and I were in our balcony and we were like, is he down there? We can't see him. And then we were like, imagine if we pop this champagne bottle and pop the cork down there. Imagine if he runs out. Surely he'll come out, right? And we're like, nah, we're up really high.
Yeah.
We're on the 8th, 9th floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, we shook it and we popped it and it went down and he ran. You could see Ali just running out of whatever hole he was in. And he got the little cork bottle.
No way.
Yeah. We got in so much trouble. The moment that happened, one of the producers came storming in and she was like, what's going on? Get out of that balcony. You're not meant to do that. That's so dangerous. Someone could have been hit in the eye.
It's so crazy because when you get into the experiment, what you're told is you're not allowed to speak to him. You're not allowed to speak to any press, any media. Do not engage. You have to ignore him.
Yeah.
And it feels so mean because at first you're like, oh, I don't. And you're similar to me. We didn't want to break the rules. So I was like, oh, I don't want to do anything wrong. And then slowly I think he builds trust with you and you're like, oh, he's not that bad.
He's harmless.
He's harmless.
Yeah. But that's what happens. The production gets into your head and they villainize him. They make him
he's the worst thing in the world.
He's the worst. He's a pest.
He's been there for us for a lot of stuff. He's actually such a good friend.
Yeah. Through all the seasons, right? He's been doing it for how long? We have to ask him. We have so many questions.
So many questions for him, but I am so excited to pick his brain about everything.
Everything. He's always partying with them as well. He's partied with us. Did he party with you guys? So he's seen us at our absolute best and worst.
Also, before we get into the chat with Ali, we have created our own Back to Reality broadcast channel. You can find it on my Instagram account. And it's just going to be a little fun place. We're going to build a community. You can ask us questions. We're going to drop in some behind the scenes stuff in there. And you can have a little chat with us.
Because I don't know about you, but whenever I watch this, the show, I'm like, oh my God, does anyone else see this? Or, it's a good place to just chat.
Exactly.
Welcome, Mr. Ali Daha.
Hello.
Very excited to have you on. I felt like you were the best person to have on just to get us straight into the goss, get us. We need to know everything. So thank you for coming on.
Hi, Tahnee.
Hi. This is so crazy because we're used to you interviewing us and now the tables have turned.
I know. I think that's why I'm a bit nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Now you're in the hot seat. How's it feel?
I don't know. I'm scared what you're going to ask.
No, don't be scared.
Because I'm going to give you guys everything.
No, I love it.
Ooh.
We love it.
Exclusive. How many seasons do you think you've covered with MAFS?
Yeah.
So I think this is my 4th year on the show, covering it, out chasing. I think my first season was Bryce season. Was
great season.
So season 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 seasons of MAFS.
Wow.
Can you tell us what season's your favourite so far?
I every year I feel like, I'm like, this is my favorite cast. This is my favorite cast. I'm like, this year is pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Like even during filming, this year's cast just surprised me.
How so?
They were just so rogue. Like week 2, out at the pub with them all, they invited me, and it was just like,
You're not allowed to do that.
you're not allowed to do it. But the funny thing is, they got caught. So like,
Yeah.
so you know what happens when they get caught is
You get a bit of a
curfew.
lockdown.
They went
Yeah.
into lockdown, and guess who the person that dubbed us all in was?
Who?
Adrian.
What?
Because he wanted to be like the producer suck up and was like, okay, I'll get everybody else in trouble so I don't have to
Jobbing.
deal with it.
No way.
Is this specifically when, because I watched the commitment ceremony and I was very confused with how Sierra and Adrian were able to have this like connection chat, cheating, whatever they're trying to set up, because obviously we didn't see that, but I'm assuming it happened off camera. It was giving that it was done when the rules were broken.
Well, they do mention the UFC, like really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the first night they started spending time together.
Oh.
Interesting.
Like, funny enough, Sierra included, we were all back at Adrian's house that night. So, like, Sierra went back to Adrian's house just like that night.
Wow.
Like, not apartment, actual house.
Okay, let's hold up for a moment here. Let's rewind. 'Cause there's so much to talk about this season. But before we get into that, we have so many questions about MAFS as a whole because you have so much tea to give us. But I want to know overall, right? Who's your least favorite cast member of all time with MAFS and why?
There's some people I've got blocked and I'll be happy never to see them again.
Oh,
Really?
who?
Yeah.
I'd love to see your block list.
My block list is so random.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, I'm probably on some people's block list.
For
Like
sure.
Martha's still got me blocked.
Oh,
Even though she apologized to me at Fashion Week and we cleared the beef.
Yeah.
You're still blocked.
I'm still blocked.
Oh, sad.
Martha, please.
Please unblock me.
Please unblock me. But
Any of the guys that you dislike? Who's
Who
like the
don't I
most?
like?
Who's been the most like difficult?
there's a lot of difficult people. Ryan Gallagher. I've got him blocked.
I thought you guys were really close.
I was cool with him, and then he wanted money for a story.
Oh.
A story he didn't like, and he just started taking it all out at me. I'm like, I didn't even write this story. Why are you coming after me?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And I just went, yeah, no
Wow.
thanks.
That's interesting.
So that's probably someone I wouldn't
Okay.
mind not seeing again.
And who do you think, from your opinion, you thought got like a bad edit and was good, or a good edit and was bad? Who do you think has been like the most out of all the seasons that you've watched? You were like, that's not really an accurate representation of how you know that person to be.
I don't
a hard
know,
question.
because it's like some people have a bad edit and then their true colors come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's I mean, Harrison got a bad edit. I just think they showed everything, but if they showed both sides, it wouldn't be as bad. But then he's come out and like, you've had your beef with Harrison. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe he does deserve the edit.
I think Harrison is very much like a bit of a troller.
Yeah,
I think he's like same category as NASA.
if not worse.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah, I do. I think he likes to provoke, and I think he likes to. I don't think he even means the stuff he says sometimes.
No, absolutely.
Like
yeah.
he just provokes people and just loves. Like he's just sitting there like twiddling his fingers because he loves it, which I think is quite sad. But if it makes you happy, makes you
That's
sleep
it.
better at night.
Yeah, like NASA, I think NASA just gets jealous because
NASA has me blocked.
does he?
Yeah, he's blocked me. I don't know why.
I think we have each other blocked
Well, he
too.
said something about me and I was going to confront him, and then I saw I was blocked. I was like, okay, so you're going to talk shit, but you don't want to face the music.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't care. Like, I've seen him in public and he just like scurries away. So
But do you know what's funny? Is like NASA always has
Beef
beef
with
with the bride,
everyone.
but
With
it's mainly
everyone.
brides. He gets jealous of all the attention the brides
100%.
get.
Yes,
I'm like,
100%.
NASA, you're not
It's
as
for the girls.
you're not that hot. Sorry,
Yeah.
but it does happen. I actually completely forgot about NASA.
So yeah, I put
Who
them in the
else?
same category.
Like this season, I think.
Yeah, who do you think's looking bad that isn't deserving of it so far? It's hard. It's only like 2-3 weeks in.
I don't think anyone's looking bad. I think we're seeing like
An accurate,
an
yeah.
accurate portrayal of what happened. Like
Really?
Jacqui and Ryan are like, I said that previously, they were like wild. Nobody knew what was going to happen with Jacqui and Ryan. Like
It's
every
very
day was
unhinged.
different. They were just isolated, just doing their own thing they weren't hanging out with the rest of the cast. So what's that say about them? Like, it was pretty wild.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't get them too.
As in, like, they were the real deal? Like, they were focusing just on their relationship?
No, they were fighting. One day they were fighting. One day they're telling everyone how strong they are.
Yes.
And then Jacqui was out, like, saying stuff about Ryan behind his back. And then it just, like, there's just so much beef.
Oh, interesting.
Then Ryan was caught sliding in other brides' DMs. That hasn't come out yet.
What?
Wait, as in other brides on the season or
Yeah. But, like, just to be friends. And then Jacqui found out. And then there was, like...
who?
I can't name him.
What?
Are they an intruder or are they a current
OG bride.
I didn't even know did the bride entertain it?
I think he just wanted to be friends, or I don't know what happened, but Jacqui found
don't
out, and
trust
she was not happy when she found out.
Really?
That's fair. I think that's fair.
I feel like Athena would be his type. If I were to take a guess.
I reckon his type would be like a Sierra vibe.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, someone
interesting.
his type is someone he wouldn't be able to get. That's the vibe I get from him. Not that saying he couldn't get it. He wouldn't obviously get Athena either, but like I feel like he'd go for someone very like
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. That's the vibe I get from him. Yeah.
Okay.
Poor Rai, but one of you guys are right.
I know, but seriously? I am off Ryan because I think his true colours really showed when he made that like inappropriate comment about Jacqui. And I just think he is only apologising now because he's been called out for it. I think that is just like what he would be like. And also part of me feels like the boys in any other scenario wouldn't speak up and they're only speaking up because they know how it looks good.
I agree.
I think there's a lot of that this season.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like this happened in our season. Things were said about women. None of the boys spoke up, and it became an issue. And I felt like, and a lot of it was behind closed doors and no cameras there. But I feel conveniently, since the cameras were there, now they're like, oh, I need to look like a good guy
hero,
and defend the women. When I just think they wouldn't in any other circumstance.
On that, why did it take the boys 3 days to come out and speak out? Like
Correct.
Ryan said that comment during Alessandra's workshop.
Yeah.
But everyone stayed quiet.
I reckon producers were like, "Oh man, do you think that comment's okay? How would you feel if someone spoke about your wife like that?"
Yeah.
It was obviously probed.
Yeah.
Because even like the reaction, they were shocked, but no one said anything at the time.
Because like,
I feel like if I was there, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck is that about?
do you know what's weird? Alessandra didn't say anything either.
I know, I know.
I think that was like
Too stunned to speak.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like Ryan's giving party boy because we've seen a video of you partying with them
Yes.
at this wild party. And correct me if I'm wrong, was that him like full fist pumping in the background of this video?
There's a few partying videos of Ryan. There was a video of him at a festival the other day of him on the bus. I think
Were you there?
not
that
to throw Ryan under the. I think all of the boys this year are party boys.
one? Really?
Yeah, skipping that.
All of them.
Oh. Can I tell you who my favourite groom is?
Yes.
Billy.
We love
Yeah.
Billy.
I like Billy and Dave.
Yeah, love Billy. Dave.
I don't know about Dave.
Jeff is like an underdog too, though. So
Oh no, I like Jeff as well.
yeah,
Actually,
Jeff is wholesome.
Jeff reminds me of Leighton.
yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of Leighton for our season. Yeah, just something about him.
I thought that originally when I met
Yeah,
him.
the
I'm like,
vibe is
that's
very
you.
similar. Yeah,
Nice guy.
yeah, good guy vibes.
I still don't buy their relationship though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably
Jeff
one
and
of the strongest
Reese.
couples, to be honest. They're like,
Really?
they're probably.
I see that. I see them being a strong couple. Yeah, it's just very I don't know how I feel about the cast this year. It's really hard to connect with them and feel like I think because it's been so chaotic and then just seeing all the rogue stuff, it's been really hard to like connect to the storylines. And I think I get disappointed because it ruins it for the viewers when things get leaked. And I love a little bit of a spoiler, but I think when it's just like too much, it can ruin things. But
Yeah, I agree. Just the feedback that I got overall from people that have said that they're watching, it's really hard to connect even with their backstories
yeah,
because they're just finding, and they have to cast their net very wide
For sure.
when they're casting for brides and grooms. But I feel like some of the stories are really out there and just like, it's so hard to relate,
yeah, for
It
sure.
seems to be like me looking at it. It looks like it's all for show. There's not
Yeah.
like it's not authentic anymore.
It's hard. Like, you want to feel that when you watch it. And I know obviously the purpose of the show is to find love. And I feel like it's more skewed towards the drama now, which I also get because that's why we love watching it. I feel like that's why we love watching reality TV in general.
Exactly.
But it's hard to see what and this is the same thing we see every year, like what the intentions are of the brides and grooms and what they're going to the show for, people chasing whatever it is. And I think we were having this conversation how there's a lot of them this year that are actors and actresses.
Yeah, that's funny.
Which I find quite interesting because I think reality TV already gets a bad rap of it being scripted, of it being acting. And then we literally have like majority of the cast being actors. What is
or
your...
have been on other shows before,
Correct,
or have dated before.
Yes.
You know, that's what's like alarming
Dicey.
to me. Yes. Yeah.
What is your thoughts on this cast? And is there anyone that you think is in there for, I'm not going to say the wrong reasons because I feel like that is an annoying thing when people say that, but for clout and not for the overarching love reason?
I think every single cast member this year is on the show for clout.
Wow.
Okay.
Like, yes, some
Fair.
people say they want love. But from my experience with them, doing what I do, I think they're all part of them is loving the clout they're getting right now.
Well, I think that's a fair statement considering we're seeing all this like the cast trying to get on top of the narrative and get on top of everything before it's played out. And I think it kind of, it's like, okay, just like, let's just see it out. And then you will have a chance to defend yourself eventually, but let's just see what happens, how it plays out.
You know what I find interesting though, and how I can pick it is like the ones that are really going all out with their reels, their TikToks. Like we weren't doing any of that on our season.
Well, you weren't allowed to. You weren't allowed to have your phone.
I know. So it's just interesting. They're all doing fit checks. It's like, oh, thank you for collaborating with me already.
Yeah, you know what that annoys me is the collaboration, like the hair and makeup, the dresses, because you were on your own.
Yeah,
you were on your own
we had to pay for our own hair and makeup. You know, we weren't gifted outfits. Well, we weren't on our season. And I just find it funny that when you look at all the brides and grooms, even the guys are doing fit checks. Dave posted up a fit check the other night and I was like, oh, dude. Like, I get it, but I'm like, it's giving you want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
Well, I think they've seen how like everyone wants that TikTok clout. Everyone knows you can get a lot of followers doing that. Like, yes, your seasons both sucked.
Yeah.
Because you guys were scared. You were so scared of it. Like, you were too scared to even film content.
Yeah.
Like your season.
you
Whereas
weren't
this year,
allowed
I was
to.
sort of saying, film it all. Like,
Can I
get
just
that behind the
say,
scenes.
just quickly, like, it's not even that we weren't allowed to. Like, we were so focused on ourselves and the, I guess, the drama we were going through, between us and like my person with Cody. There was no way you could get Cody and I to do a fit check. Sorry. There's no way. Do you know what I mean? Could you imagine Cody doing
I know,
a fit
but
check?
if you're doing that now, I feel like, sure, you'd know what you're...
Yeah, that's
now
what I'm
saying it.
That's
Like, I
what
feel
I'm
like,
saying.
Yeah.
What's that going to say to next year's cast? Like, everyone's going to be doing that now.
Yeah. It's like a different formula now. But even like if you notice the places they're getting dressed from and the type of people they're working with, it's the people that we work with. So they've obviously researched previous seasons and they've gone and reached out.
Yes.
Which is like respect, but that's
Literally.
just how it is. Like they've gone and seen what we've done. And you obviously, it's like you walked so I could run so they could sprint.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
100%,
Like
100%. And like people going rogue in the past, it's the same thing.
It's the same
like,
thing.
You can't stop it now. I think like Channel 9 has created this monster that they can't control.
What do you think Channel 9 could do to prevent the chaos that it is now, or just to kind of really preserve the storyline and the actual show? What do you think they could do to fix that? Because it just seems like it's out of control.
Well, it's too late for this season.
Yeah.
But for next year, what Warner Brothers do for The Bachelor is actually, they've got this clause, which it's like a $5,000 bonus that they offer the cast on the, like, but they can't go rogue. So that means no paparazzi photos, no doing any interviews, even like talking to any media.
It's like
as insiders, none of that.
Wow.
That's a genius idea.
You follow every single one of these rules. Yep. It literally says no paparazzi photos.
No, Ali.
None of that.
Yep.
And you get $5,000 at the end. And I actually think that some of the cast would follow the rules.
100%. 5K is 5K.
And don't they withhold your blue tick as well?
Yeah,
as
so you
another
get
thing?
no blue tick.
Yeah.
But now you can just pay for it. But
Yeah,
it's not the same, is it?
It's not the
No.
same. Yeah.
So, but like back in the
Interesting.
day for Bachelor days, that blue tick was everything.
For sure.
It was.
It was
Yes.
like, I need
So that might be the reason they even went on the show. So that blue tick
Yeah.
meant everything. So they would follow the rules. But then some people would be like, I can get more clout by going rogue and making more money. But
Which I
that
don't
never
know
happened.
if it's. I don't think that's possible either. I mean, you know that there's the whole thing of like staging pap shots and like being paid for it. Have you? Because we've never been paid for any photos that we've done, and we were having a chat about it before with anything pap related. There's only been like 2 times that I've been sprung and I didn't know that they were there. Every other time, like you've known, or there's been an event, or like my partner had told you, it was like set up, right?
Yeah.
What has been your experience with the more side of things, where people try and make money off it? People come to you and be like, pay me for XYZ. What's that been like?
Well, to be honest, I've changed my approach this year.
Okay.
It's like,
Oh.
I'm not paying you guys a cent for paparazzi photos. I'm giving you free,
Publicity.
good publicity. It's
Yeah.
either you take it or then
don't.
you don't. We're not paying
Interesting.
like you to bloody walk out of a restaurant.
Yeah.
So who has been paid the most for paparazzi shots?
I think back in the day that like reality stars could bank a lot of money. Like people were getting paid tens of thousands of dollars. Like your Martha Days, Jessica Power, all that bunch were getting a lot of money. But these days, like, unless you're going to cause scandal and drama, which
Yeah.
like I low-key can't be bothered with.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Like,
It's not worth
yeah.
it.
because you're just going to tarnish your name by doing that.
Yeah.
Like I think Ella's season was probably the last where they, like,
Yep.
they did make a lot of money by staging photos. Like Ella had a
Did they?
fun time at the beach with
that's
Brent
tea.
on Valentine's Day. Remember those? Like,
I remember those.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how did I forget about that?
like
Was that
that's
you that was taking the
No, it
photos
wasn't me.
of that?
They
Okay.
did that with like one of the pap agencies and stuff, and they
Yeah.
I
did.
didn't even know there's pap agencies.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Same.
But like these days, people have asked. Like they've already tried to cash
Yeah.
in. Like partner
I
swaps,
just-
trying to cash in. All of that.
I just feel like, do people really care? Like, do people care what we're doing like that? I don't know. Maybe we're just more like,
I guess the dollar amount for the person makes
different.
Like, how
Yeah,
much are we
true.
talking here for like? a
Well,
little
they used
pap
to get a
setup?
lot. Now it's probably not worth as much, to be honest. Like,
Like, how much would Ella and Brent would have gotten for that?
a couple of grand, I think. Like, but the thing is, you're like licensing.
babe, get tits out. We're let's go to the beach.
Yeah, okay, cool, thanks. But like you could make money. It'd be a couple of hundred, like a few
Yeah,
grand
that's
all
just
up.
not-
But is it really worth it?
No,
Yeah.
to me it's not.
It just
but-
seems like a bit cringe. Like,
Yeah.
I remember anytime it would happen when you take photos, I'd be like, I hate this so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can spot a stage pap set from a mile away. It's
Oh,
like,
yes.
don't. I don't
You
know.
just know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
conveniently, their hair and makeup's like perfect, and
Yeah.
they're just strolling out with their dog conveniently. Like it's so set up.
It's the uggo ones that you know, like all that stitch them up a bit.
Yeah.
I just think even the stage pap photos aren't what they used to be anymore. So I'm like, I don't know.
I know, like the ones of Jacqui last week at the beach.
Oh yeah, that okay. She did definitely
That was a
tell
setup.
me.
Was that you?
I took those photos. Yeah.
Oh, what's that
Uh,
about?
I got a heads up.
Okay.
What was I doing that day? I actually needed to be somewhere, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go. And then it was, where'd we go? One of the beaches.
Yeah.
And took the photos, and left. Like, thank you.
Wow.
How funny.
So people just say, "Hey, Ali,
I'm gonna be here."
I'm going to be here," and you just rock up.
Well, pretty much the whole season was like that this year. It was like,
What?
I just was so tired. I was just like,
Yep.
let me know when you're all gonna go out, and I'll come. Like,
Wow.
because I'm there waiting every day all
Yeah.
week. I'm like, but we all know the weekends are the time
We get time
where
off.
everyone gets time off and they all go rogue. So I'm just like,
Waiting for that moment.
I'm just like, let me know where you're gonna go and I'll be there. And there was times where I would go out with the MAFS cast, like this season, and we'd run into producers.
no.
They'd be like,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? I'm reporting you to the higher ups.
Yeah.
And then
You did
one
not want
time,
that to happen.
but then they didn't care. They'd be like, "Oh, I like Ali. I'm friends with him." Like, and it just this year's season just did not care.
Wow.
Which is- shows how rogue they are. That's why I'm
Yeah,
like, if they're
does.
that
So
rogue during
crazy.
filming, it just says something about the cast.
And the intentions, I think, that they
Yeah,
go into it with.
definitely. Who is the main ringleader of these parties?
He won't care that I'm throwing him under the bus, but it was Billy at the start.
Billy!
Billy,
Wow.
and very close with Athena, so she was
Yeah.
just be like, FYI. She didn't care about being Pap. She'd be like, come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Which was really cute. Like, she'd be like, Ali, actually, don't bring a camera, just come hang out.
Yeah.
That's so
And I think that
nice.
was what was different also with this cast. It wasn't so much come
Take
for
photos of me,
take
go
photos, it
away.
was come have beers
Yeah, hang
Yeah.
out
with us.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, but then Billy leaves. So Billy actually leaves like spoiler alert.
Stop! No!
My favorite group.
Well, we can assume, like, this cheating, whatever.
Okay.
Maybe that causes a rift.
Yeah, and does. So then when he
Well,
leaves,
Billy's on the market, babe.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I'm not single anymore. Maybe for you.
But when that happens, the whole dynamic changed. So then I
Okay.
felt like, who is going to call me now?
Okay, I see.
And then for
I
like a
see.
week or so, it took because the whole group dynamic of the show this year is going to change.
Okay.
Like the friendships are going to change when Billy leaves.
And do
You're
you
going to
think
see new friendships.
so? Do you think now, with Intruders Week being this week, that is then causing chaos because we've seen Elliot is coming back,
Yes.
which horrific, and
Lauren,
Lauren is
yep.
coming back.
Who were originally matched together.
Yes.
And now it appears they're coming back and getting rematched with, which I
New.
think is bullshit. That's
Yeah.
so not fair.
It's not fair.
Like none of us got to.
If
get a
anyone,
rematch.
like, we were like, bring back Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those, like, okay, I understand. It would have been unfair to bring back Elliot and then not Lauren or vice versa. Get that. But
Yep.
also, I also get the fact that they were great characters. Like, it was good TV. I hate to say it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just don't think it's fair. I don't know.
It's not fair, but
Imagine they brought Katie back and then they stitch her up again. Like, how can
They
they
would.
guarantee to Katie that they've found somebody that isn't going to bloody make her feel like crap?
yeah.
That's
They can't.
true.
They can't guarantee that.
Well,
Yeah.
I heard that the new bride that Elliot is going to be matched with is lovely, but apparently the moment that they stop filming and the crew leave, he like completely ignores this poor girl. And then when they come back in, he's all nice again, and she's obviously foul because she's like, "You've just
Yeah.
ignored me for 4
Being
hours."
fake.
I don't know where you heard that, but sure.
Oh, do you
Wait,
not know
do
anything?
Do you know
Yeah.
the goss? Okay.
They were just like,
Well, I read an article that I don't know if you wrote it, but saying she's like this awful bride and like trauma. Yeah.
Did you
that
write
sounds
that?
What
like
is
an
it?
article I would write.
Did you write that?
Yeah, I did actually. What?
Okay.
Yeah,
see?
no, because so
Because she's an actress as well.
remember Elliot had his long list of non-negotiables.
correct.
Yeah.
So producers decided to stitch him up and give him that list. And is she going to be the perfect person? Probably not.
Because he's the issue. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're the problem,
Yeah.
babe.
But you know what? Elliot's going to come back and get a redemption. And
Oh.
maybe this time she's going to be the problem. Not saying she is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just my understanding of it.
Okay, interesting.
We haven't heard her side yet.
Yeah.
So,
We're keen to see
like,
what.
that's my thing this year. Also, I'm going to always listen to both
for
sides.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm never just going to listen to the first person that comes to me to
For
complain
sure,
about their
yeah.
partner.
Absolutely.
Because I've done that in the past and then
And it's never
I've been
worked
wrong.
out.
Yeah.
And then we've also seen Lauren is matched up with Clint. But I read a spoiler this morning that Clint is now with Jacqui.
The Jacqui, yes.
What is going on? That's pissed me off, first of all, because we haven't even seen the wedding and now we know it's ruined. Do you have any inside goss on that?
Can I say it pissed me off too, to be
Yeah.
honest? Because obviously
what?
I'm on set, so I'm getting all these photos of
Yeah.
Clint with Lauren going out doing all these cool things together. Now all my photos
Can't be
don't,
used.
it's like they don't make sense. So,
Yeah.
and now I know how frustrated the producers would be because they've got
Yep.
all this great story.
Yep.
Yeah.
And bloody Clint and Lauren are going to keep people on the edge of their seats. They're going to be great together. And
And now it's ruined.
this relationship's come out with people putting it out there. Like, I'm part of the problem.
Yeah.
But
Does this play out on screen? Will we see
Or is
this
this after?
relationship develop?
yes, we will. So they actually started talking just before final vows. Like texting.
Okay.
And then they don't actually walk into the reunion together. But their relationship is exposed at the reunion.
Wow.
Wow.
From what I've told, like,
Wow.
obviously I was not inside, but this is just
This is
What I
so
know.
messy.
Well, I've
So
been told.
messy. The swapping of the partners is crazy.
Like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that Duncan and Evelyn finish, and they think they're gonna get that. But
I mean,
like,
let's like Cam and Jules, hey?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's probably a better example.
I know.
yeah. But like, no, but like, I mean the partner swap.
Oh.
So everyone thinks Evelyn and Duncan done so well, right?
Yeah.
But let's look at the facts here. MAFS have never made a partner swap ever look good.
No.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting dynamic that I feel like I just don't know if that's a healthy way to look at it. Like, oh, if my actual couple doesn't work out, there might be someone else there.
Yeah.
But
And I might
also
be
it's-
able to be the next Duncan and Evelyn.
Yeah, which is, I'm not sure about that.
Or they might be the next Jono and Ellie and get slammed by everybody.
Exactly.
Or the next
Yeah.
Carolina and Daniel. Like,
Exactly.
that didn't end well for them.
Yeah.
No.
Who else? Yeah, never.
Yeah, it never ends well.
Oh, no, ever.
I think it's disappointing because it happened so early on and we didn't even get to see their wedding. So it's also taking the moment away from Lauren, which I feel like now it's like she's been messed around 2 times now. And then she gets this potential redemption for it to be taken away from her by Jacqui. Like, do you need to be posting that on socials, babe? Like, it's really not.
Yeah, well,
It's like collaborating with the MAFS gossips pages for me. Like, it's MAFS Uncensored, MAFS Gossip. What do you mean?
Yeah. I agree.
so on that, it was like Jacqui who sort of teased that she has a new relationship. So if she's not going out rogue, none of this, I think we could have held the story for,
sure.
another 2-3 weeks. It was always going to come out.
Yeah.
But her going so rogue sort of
Accelerated it.
accelerated it. And it's like, it does suck because Clint's also coming on. He was like in the back seat. He's not driving the car.
No, he hasn't even had his moment to shine yet.
Poor guy. But yeah, that's like, you just can't control it anymore.
I don't
So
know. I
was
just
that-
feel
did I
like you're
answer the
going to
question?
apply for something like MAFS, regardless of what happens in the end. You have a responsibility to like just keep the magic alive of the show. Like, why spoil it for everyone? Do you know what I mean? It's not like it airs for a whole year.
And the turnaround is not that like unreasonable. You literally finish filming in November, December. It airs in January.
Exactly.
It's not that long to just like keep it together. You know?
It's a different breed though. Like
Yeah.
this year, it's like I don't like my edit, and they're there on Instagram. Like
We've barely seen the edit, babes.
Yeah,
like, let us
but-
watch it first.
but literally, they're live streaming. They're complaining about how unhappy they are.
Yeah.
It's like give us a chance to. But
To
do you know what
watch
I
it.
think is actually worse? I think people coming out and being so salty and bitter about the edit is actually making people not like them more.
Correct.
It's actually not doing them any favors.
Why do you think that they are so wild this year? Like, why do you think they're going so rogue?
Being the clout chasers that they are, I just feel like I think everyone's had enough of the trolling.
Yeah.
But then, if they don't have all these random accounts, they wouldn't be seeing the comments.
Well, exactly. And I also, if I want to take a step back and looking at this realistically, if they were smart, let's put the clout chasing hat on. If they are smart about this, they would wait for this to play out. They've got 4 months of airtime, 3-4 months of airtime, depending on how long you're on the show for. Then hit them after. Wait for your moment. So you have all this airtime, you're building the following, whatever, and then you can come out in the right, appropriate setting with your story to tell or sell the story. I don't know. Like, they're just not being smart about it. Even if the clout was the number one priority, they've shot themselves in the foot because now no one cares, babe. Like, I don't actually care anymore. Like, you've said it on a million different podcasts. You've said it on your stories. Like, who do you think's going to listen anymore? And you're just like banging on about it.
You
It's
know
not
who
even
I
smart.
find that's banging on the most? Morena.
What's your thoughts on her?
Yeah.
I heard about Morena's dilemma back in October.
Okay.
So
Oh, what'd you hear?
all of it. So I do think there's a lot we haven't seen with Morena.
Okay.
Um,
Which I think's fair. Like, we know
yeah.
the editing.
Yeah.
I can see that.
whether Tony come out and said he was a married man, or yes, he's married, he hasn't finalized his paperwork.
But that's common. We had
Yeah.
people on
Yeah.
our season that's not like, I don't think that that's the end of the world.
No, but apparently he's still in love with her, and that was what her problem was, right? And he kept making comments like, "Bring my ex-wife or wife back." Is that true?
I've heard that story. A few
Yeah.
cast members have come out and said that happened, but I've also been told from very good sources that that didn't happen.
Oh.
Okay.
And if that did happen, it would have made great TV and they would have used it.
Roll
so
the tapes. Yeah, roll
what,
the tapes.
like,
Why
yeah.
would they not? Yeah.
So I've seen, like, we just don't know, like.
What's his wife's name, by the way? Because you know how he called her by a different name? Is that the wife's name? Mariana or something?
Mariana. It's Morena, and Morena made it very clear. Like, at the start, I was saying it wrong. I'm probably not saying it
Morena, yeah.
exactly how she likes it right now. But she made it very clear. So anytime somebody said a name wrong, she was correcting
That's
them.
fair enough.
That's fair.
I think that's
I get
fair
that.
enough. Yeah.
Like when people call me Selina, I'm like, no, that's a whole different name.
Yeah.
That's not even a shortcut of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But, like, I understand why she's frustrated. She feels set up. She feels like she wasted her time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was there trying to telling her to stay on, so I wasn't helping the situation.
Yeah.
And she's come out and said that I was probably one of her only friends or support system she had during the show, which is kind of sad to hear. But
well, it's
like,
it's when you're coming to a new city that you are not from, you don't have any friends. Like I believe like he's from like Wollongong or something, so he can just easily go home on the weekends. I felt lucky because I could go home, I could see my friends, but like my partner was from the other side of the country, so it was different when you didn't have people to lean on.
Yeah,
and I think it makes the experience a lot harder. So I think that's like fair.
Yeah,
and I can understand why she'd be upset when he's going and doing that stuff, and she's stuck in a hotel room essentially with no one, and you're not meant to hang out with the rest of the cast anyway, so you're literally alone.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with Miranda. Like week 2, she was like on the weekend, she was saying that she's never been to Bondi before. She said she's never been to this before. So I said, "Do you want to go to Bondi?" Yeah. And then I drove her. She was the first person to get into my car.
Guys,
and then
Ali's car is a whole thing.
His number plate is
Hedwig.
Hedwig because he loves Harry Potter, as we do too.
As we do too.
But then, so she was the first person to get in my car. We took her out because Tony would go home on the weekend to Wollongong and he would never invite her. And then, like, he just said he wanted a break from her, which I understand.
Yeah.
But, like, she was very hurt by it because he ended up taking the rest of the cast there.
Yeah.
But never his bride. So.
Oh, that's shit.
No, that's shit.
Yeah.
Like, so she felt isolated and alone, which was kind of sad. So I did have a soft spot for her.
Yeah, of course.
Guess she gave me a headache, but I did feel sorry for her.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I get why she was upset.
Yeah. And knowing what you know, do you believe in the villain edit?
Yeah, I think so, but
Yeah?
I think everyone deserves the edit they get. Like,
Really?
yeah, I think I do, because if you don't like act, if you treat producers really nicely, you treat all the crew really nicely, you treat everybody, they're not going to make you look like a bad person.
I think my view on this whole villain edit is that I believe that it's what's not shown.
Yes,
that is
I agree.
the key thing rather than what
Absolutely.
is shown. Because I think that's where if one side of something's shown, someone can look extremely worse than what we had experienced it to be. And that's what it can be. Because the other person might have been just as bad, but it wasn't shown.
Well,
and then you're like, oh.
That's what literally Miranda's argument. It's not, she doesn't care how she was portrayed. She wants
the other side
the truth shown.
Yeah.
And when I spoke to Jake and he went rogue, it was like, why didn't they show that I wasn't interested in Ashley from the start?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it wasn't, he just was more upset that I'm like, well, you actually got a really good edit. Like, why are you complaining? And same as Miranda. I'm like, why are you complaining? Your edit's actually really nice. And then she's like, well, they haven't shown this. I'm like.
You have this sense of no control. And I think that's what you have to really give away. I feel that's what you have to really give away going into this experience because it's not in your hands.
Exactly.
And I think that's what they're trying to take back. They're trying to like play out the narrative by going on these rogue whatever, and it just doesn't really come out maybe in the way that they're hoping. What do you think?
Do you think people going rogue influences the public? Because I actually
from my season the big thing we saw was Dan going rogue, and it ruined the whole storyline for Sandy, and it really took away Sandy's experience, which I felt like was a story that needed to be told. He was like edited out of the rest of the season, was he not?
Yeah, he didn't see him at all.
Yeah, you didn't see him at
remember
all.
Boys' Night when they come back?
Yeah, edited him out completely. And he literally ruined that on the wedding. Literally, it's just similar to what Jacqui and Clint are doing on the when it was literally like the day of the wedding airing. He had the pap shots with the that other chick.
Oh yeah.
And it,
I took them.
you took
Yeah.
those shots, and it ruined it. And then it made him look bad. Whereas I think his edit wasn't bad until it was really bad.
Yeah.
He looked great, and then he looked terrible.
Yeah.
But
I
I
agree.
think that was also part of him doing all that messy stuff in the media. They can go back and re-edit that, and they did because he got edited out. And I feel like they don't think that can happen. Maybe, I don't know.
I think there's a debate whether it happens or not. Like we'll never know the answer. I think.
Yeah,
but just look at where is he now? Where is Dan?
yeah.
That
Did it really work for you, babes?
That's what I mean. Can't other people see that and be like, oh, I shouldn't do that because I'll end up like this?
I encourage people not to go rogue because I'm like, you're not going to do yourself any favors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, yes, I love the chaos.
Of course, it's your
but
job. Yeah,
I actually feel like I want the best for them. I want them to make the most of this once in a lifetime experience. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. It cuts it very short. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who I never see you write stories about?
I'm scared. Yes.
The experts. Like
no, I
John,
write about them all the time.
Alessandra.
No,
But
I really like the experts.
Yeah, but they're always positive. Like, what's their actual story?
What's the goss?
Yeah, I'm probably too scared to come after them. But,
love the three, the golden
like,
shower.
I love trolling bloody John when he falls asleep on the couch.
So for the listeners, the commitment ceremonies are really long. Okay, we get like an hour each per couple, and when there's like a full cast,
That's 12 hours, guys.
literally, and then there's like little takes in between where we have to go film like our opinions on things. So it's a long night.
Big
Plus,
night.
you are so hungover from the dinner party the night before.
It's hell.
And John, Alessandra, and Melissa have to sit there and watch the whole dinner party. So they're just as tired as us. And John takes naps in between
Does he
shots
actually?
Yeah.
at the commitment
As he
ceremony.
should.
I thought it was. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's. I wish we could, but we get yelled at.
We do.
Yeah.
We get nudged.
But I would, when we'd be in the tents, which
Yep.
for the people that don't know, when you go into the filming location, you are put in these like gazebo tents separated in your couple or individual if you have beef with your couple at the time. I would literally sleep on the floor and have a nap.
yeah.
In the little, on the dirt, like on the dirty, gross floor. I would just like, because I'm
gross.
so tired. I need a nap.
yeah.
Do you know what's funny? Like this year, or from your season, dinner parties and CCs end way earlier now. So like going
Wow.
into those dinner parties, they were done by like 10:30.
Oh, we'd
So-
sit
I
down
thought
at
so.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know what I noticed? They've cut out delibs. So like, did you guys do
that?
delibs?
Oh, yeah.
So before on like my season and Tahnee's season, we used to have this segment where we'd like, I don't know, they'll
Are you going to
assign-
stay or go? You're doing your dramatic
Yeah, you're doing your
writing.
dramatic like stay.
Oh
or
yeah, and then you have
leave.
that pensive,
Yeah.
the pensive shot
Yeah,
out the
and then
window.
they have a shot where you're like looking out the balcony going, oh, I wonder if I should stay with my partner or, this is such a big decision for me.
Yep.
And then they'll have other times when you're allowed to pick another bride and say like, oh,
You can, I don't know what to do, babe.
yes.
Yeah, I completely
They
forgot
cut that out.
they've cut that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what was taking really
So long.
and dragged out the commitment ceremonies
Yeah.
and the dinner parties because that's what we used to have to do.
Yeah, no, I
literally.
completely mind blown. I did forget that they cut that out completely.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, but the dinner parties finished early. Like, I guess they
So
just
lucky.
yeah,
Because we used to film until like the sun comes up again.
yeah. There
On
was
my
none of that.
season,
It
do
was
you
like
remember?
10:30. Sometimes I'd actually like miss it, but I'd have the cast calling me saying, "Okay, Billy actually had his Apple Watch at one of the dinner parties and was giving me updates."
Are you kidding?
Yeah, he won't care that I'm outing him. He'd love it.
Billy,
He'd be happy with the
so
free.
naughty.
Yeah, very naughty. So now I think they've banned Apple products from the dinner parties.
That's
Fair.
fair enough.
Fair,
They also
okay.
take your Apple Watch off. Horrific. Take it off. Not in the pickies. Take it off.
Yeah, yep. I'm a bit sad watching Sierra and Billy at the moment because I really like Billy. I didn't know this party side of him.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's
I
like,
think he's a fun boy, but he's also
Yeah.
a really good egg. Like,
yeah, that's
yes,
what I
he's
got.
very cheeky, but he's actually a really nice
Grounded.
guy. Like, it says something about him if he's very
Yeah.
close to his mum,
Yeah, we love
and like
that.
he's got that relationship. So, yeah.
It was like they were so good, and then all of a sudden it was really bad.
I saw them hanging out maybe 2 or 3 times.
Do you think that she just never liked him?
I just don't think they were like
Compatible.
compatible or they were attracted to each other. I think Sierra was attracted to him, but like there was a lot we didn't see. So at their honeymoon, they were like fighting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
what?
She's come out and said he was a gaslighter And
not
he
that
was
word.
always he was hugging the cameras and all this stuff, and then like there was a huge blow up at their honeymoon that we didn't see. So it's just like
That makes more sense because I feel like at this point of the experiment, she's got the ick. I can see it.
She's off it.
She's so off it.
yeah, and that's why I think she was so happy to open up to Adrian, because just Billy wasn't giving her the time of the day, wasn't rooting her, none of it.
So does that become a story arc? Because the way we saw that play out with Sierra and Adrian was like the little like footsie, and then obviously the commitment ceremony. Does anything else further happen, or is that just it?
So there's a whole lot of the cheating saga that's going to play out over the next week, from what I've been told.
Okay.
And then TikTok, they've got not a lot of time left.
Interesting.
Wouldn't be MAFS without a cheating scandal.
I know, right?
From my experience, they never like hooked up or any of that. Like we'll never know the truth because they were just hanging out behind closed doors.
Yeah.
They could be lying to their partners. We won't know.
Yeah.
We'll never know. So there's not actually like a cheating scandal that plays out on TV between Adrian and Sierra. Like they didn't kiss like a Carolina and Daniel type.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
Yeah. Okay.
There won't be that on the season that I know of.
Yeah.
But Jacqui and Clint got to know each other off camera.
Right.
Okay.
Then they come back.
And is there any inside goss on stuff that you know of that we aren't going to see on the season? That's going to be like cutting room floor?
There's a lot of that, to be honest.
Okay.
There was an incident in a taxi, which I reported on yesterday, and it was too rude. We had to put it behind a paywall.
Oh.
But it did involve one bride showing another groom a naughty video of herself.
And just the bride and groom were different bride and different groom, or
So
couple?
it was one bride
Yep.
showing another guy
A
like
video of herself.
a video of herself.
Like fap.
What's that?
I'm just going to make the sound effects because I don't know how to
Oh, gross.
Is that what you mean?
No, it wasn't. It was. I don't know if I can get into too much
legally.
detail for legal reasons, but should I just say it and you can just beep it out?
Yeah.
She was getting. So you could beep all of that out, but that's what it was. And
Okay,
she's
so
showing
that's not
another groom this.
That's not her. Why?
Which was
okay.
witnessed by another groom, and it went back to the dinner party, and
So there's-
none of this can be shown.
So there's two. So and why is she in a cab with not her husband and with two?
Because they were all hanging out.
Okay, so it was like a rule
Yeah,
break.
I actually didn't. I did an interview with her groom. Well, the other guy involved.
Okay.
And he's come out and accidentally revealed they hung out multiple times. So you can put the rest of the pieces of the puzzle together.
That's crazy.
But like, so there's a lot
fair
of moments.
to be fair, that's fair that that's getting edited out. There's no way you could show that for legal reasons, and also, that's
Why would you? Why
would you show that? But also, here's my thing, and it's a bit of a side chat, but you're going and putting yourself in the public figure space. You cannot have stuff like this exist.
Yeah.
I can hand on heart say I have nothing like that. I don't even have fucking nudes. Like, you cannot have things like this because it's going to get leaked.
So I spoke to the bride involved, and I said, "What's the go with it? Like, is there a video? Can I have the video?" And then
not.
she just played it down. She's like, "Oh, it was nothing. Like, she didn't think anything of it."
Oh, okay.
So that's why in her head,
it's like normal
it wasn't
behavior.
a bad thing. It was just like, "Oh, you can barely see." Like, do you get what I mean? Like, she very much played it down.
I don't think that is the issue.
Yeah. Well, she's just in her head. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
So you have this video, or
No,
did she sell it to you?
Well, I said, "Do you have it? I'll give you money for it." Because I didn't know what the video was. Like, originally, it was a sex tape, and everyone's like, "No, there's no sex tape." Then it was like a porno. I'm like, "No, there's no porno." It was.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, what is
it?
What's the video?" Because she confirmed that she did do it.
Right. Okay.
And then
Eek.
everyone thought it was going to play out on TV, and we only just found out like the other day that it wasn't.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So
It's
you've
not
seen
really-
this video?
I haven't, but I've heard exactly. Well, I've spoken to the bride about it, and I've spoken to all the people involved, including her husband, who felt
Messy.
betrayed by that
Well,
she was
yeah.
showing other guys the video.
That's fair. That's just messy.
So that's just one story that they haven't aired.
Okay.
Obviously, there's the whole Morena Tony stuff. just completely scrapped out.
Yeah.
What else? I'm just trying to think. There was a lot of stuff with Athena and Adrian we didn't see.
Interesting.
Like Jacqui, there's just heaps with Jacqui and Ryan that we're not seeing.
Yeah, okay. From both sides?
Both sides, yeah.
Right. I think they're a chaotic pair to watch. It's really exhausting. And I'm just like, you get whiplash.
Yeah, I know, but I can't keep up with it. That's why I'm just like...
It's heaps.
I'm keen to hear both sides though and see what's up.
Yeah.
Because Ryan hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
I think Ryan's being very careful at the moment. Like, he's obviously not happy.
Well, yeah, he doesn't look great.
But it's just like, Jacqui doesn't look great either.
Yeah.
They both don't look great. But I think that's what their relationship was.
Yeah.
Athena and Adrian are going to go through a rough patch at the moment. So it's only going to get worse for him.
I love Athena.
I know, me
It's
too.
really sad. I just think she deserves better. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if Billy leaves, is it safe to say that Athena leaves or not?
I think
can't
Adrian
say.
and Athena are going to surprise everybody.
Ah, that's an interesting.
And it's something we haven't seen before, ever in the history of MAFS.
Is she going to go for his brother? Oh, I don't know.
We'll
Oh,
see.
can you imagine?
I know,
Bring
right?
the brother.
Ship
Do you know they
this.
should bring the brother in and just switch him around, not say anything?
Oh, we
Yes.
joked about that,
Yeah,
to be honest.
seriously.
I was like, because Athena's got her twin, Cleo.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's just swap.
Swap him around.
And then, but like Cleo, you'd be able to recognise straight away.
Yeah,
but
they
Adrian,
look
like,
awfully similar though.
Yeah.
Adrian
Yeah.
and the brother.
Yeah,
it's only the tattoo that tells them apart. Like
Yeah.
when Adrian got spotted with another girl, he was pretending it was his brother.
Yes. So it was
So
pretending.
he was spotted with another girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do we know who this girl is?
Yes. And that wasn't the
Is
first
she
time
in the
Adrian's
MAFS
been
universe,
spotted
or-
with that girl because they spent New Year's together and we've
Oh.
got photos of it.
But he was pretending that, oh no, that's my brother. So it was him.
Yeah, I know,
Was
but
him.
like, isn't it weird? Because go back to your seasons, if someone was spotted with another partner, they'd be like cancelled and shut down.
For sure.
But Adrian's
one
still out here
cares.
doing interviews.
Yeah.
So it just, I think the whole MAFS game is changing.
It is really changing.
It
I don't really
is.
know how long, how sustainable it can be when it's all these things are being broken. I think they do need to implement something like you suggested, keeping it contained because we love the show. We love it. It'd be nice if there was just a little bit more tight, just so we could see things play out and then give us the goss.
Me too. I'd be happy if
We love the goss, but just not straight
me
away.
too. I would actually be happy if none of the cast spoke to anybody. Like, what I loved about both your seasons is I love being able to crack you guys. Like, I worked really hard to do it. Now this, the new generation of MAFS is talking to me day one, telling me everything. I'm like, I like that. I like the.
You like the chase.
I like
Yeah.
the chase.
Yeah.
He wants to hustle
So-
for it.
Yeah, it's just like
It's fun, right?
yeah. Like last year I had Lauren talking to me from the start. And then this year it's all of them. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they all went rogue early on, it's like, okay, this is going to be a fun season.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I bumped into you recently at an event and you said there's one person that is playing by the rules and you haven't cracked her yet.
Yeah, Jamie.
I knew it. I was going to say it's
Oh.
Jamie. I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell.
She was the one person that didn't feel comfortable doing pap photos. She was just
Fair.
wouldn't even show up to a place if the rest of the cast were there, if she
Fair.
found out I was there.
Fair enough.
Apart from that one video of you guys doing tequila shots
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
no, she was fine. She was that was the first time we had hung out,
Okay.
and you'd realise I'm on the other side
Yeah,
of the
I
table.
seen
So I was
that.
just I knew she wasn't comfortable with me being there, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to push it.
Push the boundaries.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? If I just stay away,
Yep.
we've spoken now, so
Yeah.
we're good now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Jamie would be great to have on. Would love to chat
I
with
know.
her. Yeah.
I love
Yeah, but I
Jamie.
think it's very fair that Jamie wants to play the rules.
Yeah.
Good on her.
Yeah, as you
I
should.
really respect that
yeah.
because
Yeah.
she's done the right thing by production. She's doing the right thing by Channel 9, and I think
And by the
that-
viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone wants a friend like Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we love Jamie.
Yeah. And we love you, Ali.
No.
cool.
Thank
thanks.
you so much for always supporting us.
Yeah.
You've been there from day one.
Yeah, I try.
Right.
Yeah.
It's but that's what I mean is I form really good friendships with a lot of people. People do come and go, but
Yeah.
Sure.
the real ones stick around, and
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I love. I do or can make really good friends from it,
Yeah.
and
No, we love it.
We
love you guys.
Love you.
Thank you so much for coming on. We're so grateful, honestly. Like,
So much tea.
yeah. It's just
I thought
hopefully
I'd step it up.
Yeah,
Love it.
hopefully it's given everyone a little bit more insight, different perspective maybe.
The thing I want to finish it with is viewers have seen nothing yet. Like, MAFS is going to get so much more wild.
Wow.
It's going to get a bit dark. It's going to, like, we're going to see everything this year.
Wow.
Really?
So,
Strap in, guys.
Yeah.
Strap in.
Well, on that note, thank you so much, Ali, for coming on. We have a fresh new episode next week. If you want us to interview someone in particular, please
know.
slide into our DMs or our new broadcast channel, which
Yes.
you can find on Tahnee's Instagram page.
And be sure to leave us a 5-star review because it helps.
Woo!
yay, thanks.